Hello chess family, it's me, National Master Jesse James, and it's time for another Instructive Chess Miniature. In this one we got Shaki versus Judith. Let's see how it goes. We start up with d4, knight f6, bishop g5. We got one of my favorite openings, the Trumpowski. And here we go, knight to e4 gets played. A nice move here. With the bishop to g5 move, one of the simple threats is really just to take here and give some double pawns. So, well, whenever your opponent attacks you, attack him back. Knight e4, a nice move for the knight to jump to the center and then put pressure on the bishop. Bishop went to h4 and pawn to d5. Looks like both people are about an even game here, as both people have got a pawn in the center and both have developed a piece. Alright, now a nice move here from white. Pawn to f3, kicking the knight. And well, the knight retreats back to d6. Not a move I would suggest, but I could definitely understand her sentiment for doing this. Again, if you did bring your knight back, bishop takes f6 is something that you have to deal with. And well, taking either way can definitely cause problems to your position. For instance, g takes f6, well, maybe castling kingside won't be the best idea for you. Plus you're getting the double pawns, right? And if e takes on f6, yes, your kingside is a little bit more safe, but you've lost some central presence here. Also, the endgame might be a little bit tough for you, since, well, after e4 here, you're not gonna have your extra pawn in the center. So here, knight to d6 was played. And here, let's just keep developing our pieces, keep making threats. Knight c3 here, developing the knight and attacking the undefended d5 pawn. Pawn to c6 here to defend. And here we go, let's take the center, pawn to e4. And here, an aggressive move, which is not too unladylike for her. Queen to b6 here, developing the queen and putting pressure on the b2 pawn. Now here I love the way Shaki goes ahead and responds to this. It's definitely one of the ways that I would play against this myself, at least my instant reaction. Queen to d2. There's no problem giving away a pawn to get your pieces out as fast as possible. And this is really just kind of a little game of cat and mouse here. Will she take the pawn and allow Shaki to play rook over to b1? Here, she declines and plays pawn to e6. Again, if you take this pawn, well, you're just going to be allowing your opponent to get lots of pieces out for free. Rook takes on b2, queen takes on b2. Rook over to b1, queen to a3. And here we'll just continue with like bishop d3 and the knight coming out. This queen's a little bit misplaced. You do have an extra pawn, but well, giving the attack against strong players like this is not really recommended. So she went ahead and kept it simple with pawn to e6. And here we go over here. I like this move, castles queenside. You can see that Shaki has done a great job here. He's got his pieces nice and developed over here. His king is now safe and the rook is now in the center. All right, here Judith makes a mistake here and takes on e4. Remember, whenever you do not have your pieces out, you should not be making pawn trades and opening up the game. This only helps out your opponent by attacking. Remember, to attack your opponent's king, you need open files and diagonals, aka making pawn trades. Okay, f takes on e4, queen to a5, and this is the unprotected piece. Yes, the queen is a strong piece here, and she's very important, and she can usually take care of herself, but this is not the case here. Here, Shaki saw a very nice idea and goes ahead and plays king to b1. Well, that's a strange looking move. Not really. This is actually pretty common here. A lot of times when you cast a queen side, it's a good idea to play king b1 to defend your a2 pawn. But this move also came with a strong threat. All right, black to move. Unfortunately for Judith, she misses it and plays knight to d7, and it is now white to move and win. I encourage you to see if you can find the idea here. Remember, unprotected piece. White to move and win. Can you push pause and see if you can find it? All right, it was white to move here, and Shaki saw the idea. Here, the unprotected piece was the queen, and the idea here was to attack the king. If you can imagine, well, if there's a check in this position, the king cannot move anywhere because the bishop is controlling it. So hopefully you found it now. Did you see it? Here's the amazing move, knight to d5, and here Judith just resigns, as there's no good way to stop the checkmate without losing the queen. What do you mean? Well, this is why the king went to b1 here. If the queen does take on d2, well, here we go. Knight to c7 is checkmate in one move. The king cannot move away. Uh-oh, game over here. And again, if you try to move your queen somewhere, it doesn't really matter, as the knight takes up the other squares. You can't take the knight on d5. That's what the pawn's there for, to take back. And well, queen b6 and c7 are taken up by the knight. Again, there was nothing good to do, so black just went ahead and resigned here. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this game. We'll see you in the next one.